Okay, hey guys, it's NaskinGG. Just here to make a quick video. I'm going to start doing tutorials for EVE Online. Again, I've recently started playing and I'm finding it rather fun. I play it with some friends. They're a lot stronger than me in it. So yeah, this is just my first video on EVE Online. I will also be uploading different games, but EVE Online is the first one. And this is just a little tutorial. It's about the skilling system within EVE Online. So if you play EVE, you have played EVE, then you'll probably know that your skills are trained in real time. You have a lot of skills. There are 423 skills or something like that in total. And you have to train them all, they unlock different stuff. So if we go into Spaceship Command, I started Minmatar, so I started doing the Minmatar ships first, and basically each of these skills unlocks a new ship in this ship tree that I can use. So if I go into Minmatar Republic in the ship tree, I started off as just a Corvette. It's a little shuttle, well, little things like this, and then you usually go into frigates, destroyers, cruisers, battleships, battle cruisers, then battleships, and then there's all these advanced stuff which will take you forever to get into, so there's no point even worrying about it if you're watching this video. For like the first few weeks you'll pretty much only be using frigates, destroyers and cruisers. I fly a battleship at the moment, but it's a very easy one to get hold of, and you can actually get it as an alpha clone, which I will explain more of later on in a different video. So enough about the ship tree. Going back into skills, basically to get into each of these things, as I said, you had to go frigate, then destroyer, stuff like that. So we have Minmatar frigate here, which I trained. Then we went into Minmatar destroyer, which I trained to level 3. Minmatar cruiser, then battle cruiser, battleship. Battleship. So yeah, that's them unlocked for me. I've trained them to level 3. You can train them up to level 5. Every skill will go up to level 5. As you can see by the little dots, these little squares here at the side of each skill. So yeah, your skills can all go up to level 5. There's about 423 of them, something like that. It's over 420 skills to train to level 5 individually within all of these sections. And then if I put in all skills as well, but I have just prerequisites on, so ones that I can train currently. As you can see, this is my skill queue. So because I'm an Omega clone, I can have a skill queue of up to 50 skills. And I have all of my Galente stuff coming in, so I can fly better ships, which are a hybrid between Minmatar and Galente. Got some gun stuff, repair systems, navigation, just different skills that will help me get stronger. At the moment I'm doing gas cloud harvesting, which will take 4 days, 5 hours, 14 minutes and 4 seconds. So don't worry, that is not 4 days of in-game time, that is 4 days of real life time. All of your skills train in real time. So if you set a skill up that will take 15 minutes to train, and then you go offline for 15 minutes and you come back online after that 15 minutes, that skill will be trained. So you don't need to stay on for all this time, because 46 days of in-game training is a hell of a lot of time, and I do not have the time for that. So that's the real time that's covered. As you'll see, there's different little squares on these different skills. You'll see on mining frigate that we have here, we've got 3 white squares and 2 grey squares, which are all big. When they're big squares like that, it means that you have bought the skill book for it, and you've injected the skill book. So as you can see here on the Caldari frigate, because I've not bought the skill book and injected it for that skill, then there are little squares like that showing that I do not have the skill book, and it'll say here on the left, skill operating Caldari frigate, skill book not injected, and the required skill books are not injected. Then you can just click it and it'll buy them if there's some near you. And there is none near me, so I can't buy Caldari frigate from this station in particular, even though I am more than confident that there will be one here because I'm in Jita. But whatever. That doesn't matter too much because I don't want it at this moment in time. So we'll find the skill that I will use. We'll go into resource processing, I believe it is. No, I don't want any of them. Corporation management, no. Spaceship command, navigation. Okay, right, well, this is being annoying because I don't know which ones I want. Subsystems. Yeah, we'll go Mimitar propulsion systems because I've not bought that. So if we go in here, buy this type. Oh, that's a bit of a... We'll go for an armor one because I do need armor. Okay, so we'll go with armor layering by this type. 1 million ISK, so wait for it to come out of my account. There we go, the money's going out of my account. So this is your inventory. Go into here, and you'll see now I have the armor layering skill book. And if I right click on this and click inject skill, then it has turned the armor layering from these little small squares into the big grey ones. So now I can train this to level 1, or I can just drag it in and it'll train. In fact, I'll show you that with this, how you can install them. So we've taken out industry, which is in science production. It's in production. So I can click this and I can add it to the front of the queue, and it'll just take over, it'll put it there, and it'll shove whatever I'm training currently down one. Or if we remove it again, I can just drag it down and I can put it anywhere that I want it, and I want it train second there, so it'll just drop in there nicely, and as soon as this one is finished training, it'll start training Industry 5. We've covered the skill levels. Quite a lot of skills will have a bonus when you get to a certain level, like say we'll say Galente Frigate. Once I train this to level 3, that then unlocks me being able to train Galente Destroyers, which I then train to level 3, which unlocks Galente Cruisers, which then you train to level 3 to get Galente Battle Cruiser, and then back to level 3 to get Battleship. And I currently need Battleship 1 in Galente and Minmatar, which is why they are set up to train. As you can see there. And that's why they're all mainly just level 3, except for Minmatar Frigate, which I put to 4 for some reason. I just did. So, how to check for a prerequisite skill. We'll go into drones, for instance. Okay, we'll say drone sharpshooting. If we click right click, show info, and then it'll bring up this tab like this. It'll show you the little stats about this skill book in particular, and you just click on requirements and it'll show you all of the skills that you will need so that you can use it. So for me to train drone sharpshooting, I will need drones 5, and you'll see it's got a little blue bit there because I've partially trained drones 5, but I've cancelled it, just like you saw with me Industry when I was messing around with that, and it's set up so I actually have it in my queue to train, so it has the little blue bit. If I didn't have it in my queue and I just partially trained it, it'd just be the white half, but the blue half shows that it is queued up to train. Other than that, it's pretty much just, that's your skills. Also, just to show you a bit of a more advanced skill one, we'll go into here, neutron, if I can spell it. This is just something that I'm aiming towards. Auto-link, item type, neutron blaster cannon 2. This is the weapons that I'm working towards, so that's just a way of linking it so you can get it up. So this is the kind of weapon, neutron blaster cannon tech 2. There's all the different variations of it, and here are the requirements. It's a lot. As you can see, it'll tell me how long it'll take me to train it. If I train all of these skills one after the other, from now it'll take me 36 days, 9 hours, 42 minutes and 46 seconds, and that is a long time. So as you can see here, there's a few different things that I'll need for it. I will need motion prediction. I'll need large blaster specialization 1, which requires motion prediction 5, which requires gunnery 2. Yeah, it's complicated, but basically, if you want to find out if you can fit something, just go in the requirements. If all of the little white boxes are there and there's nothing but white boxes, you can use it. It'll also not have a total training time. But if you can't use it, it'll tell you how long it'll take you to train it, and it'll tell you what you need. And if you're unsure as how to get something like large blaster specialization 1, you can literally just go view, right click, view market details, and it will bring up where you can buy it from. Ooh. So it's a complicated system that's very easy once you know how to use it. So don't worry about it too much. That's just your basic skill system. And if you've got any more questions on the skill system, then just leave it in the comments and I will answer them as best I can. And if I can't answer them in a comment, then I will make a second video covering all the bits that I've missed. Thank you for watching. I've been NeskinGG, and just show as much support as you can. Also, I am aware of the poor quality on the microphone. I am currently using my phone for it, so I can't afford proper equipment. Yay. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.